This morning I came across the post on Twitter how a guy lost everything just because of one stupid mistake. He lost over $1 million. And honestly, that happened to me in the past, and a lot of people, when they experienced actually a peak in their portfolio, it happens to them that they either lose the money via futures trading, they got hacked, or something else, but pretty much a lot of them experience both highs and lows. And in this video, I'll try to address what are these things and how you can prevent it. And maybe it sounds like some stuff that you already know, but I promise you, this is actually the video that will help you to not lose money at your peak. So stay tuned. Hello everyone, I'm Željko and welcome to Crypto Grid channel. So I want to go immediately to that post, and I want to share some of my story with you as well. So if you read the post, the guy is called Crypto Nerd. Just woke up and realized I got liquidated overnight. I was 3x long Pepe. I lost everything I had. I don't even have $1,000 in bank account, but I had $1 million in Binance. I have been in crypto since 2017. Today, I lost everything. Feel like doing suicide. I really feel sad for the guy because here you can see the trade. Because I went through the similar thing in the past, I'll just go through it. Like, no reason to live anymore. I left all my friends and family and used to stay glued to my laptop all day and night long. In the end, just for nothing. Years wasted, everything lost. To be honest, I felt in a similar way at one point in my life during the previous bull market. I actually made good amount of money, and at one point I even made the videos about this, but at one point pretty much I started borrowing USDT and I was offering my Ethereum as collateral. And since I started doing that on the market reverse, Ethereum was worth less and less, and I was in a situation that I came close to being liquidated, and I either had to close positions, pay back the loans, or risk liquidation. So I took a big lose that, and pretty much majority of the profits that I actually made, I lost them during that time. Like, and this honestly even wasn't like good enough for me to learn the lesson. I learned the lesson from being over leveraged and these things, but I didn't learn the lesson of some other things like cashing out the profits and these things. Like few months after that happened, I started recovering funds. I was using the algorithm, which was giving me like 5% monthly or something like that. And I started increasing my portfolio again. But again, I was maximizing, I was going like all in. And then I got hacked from Binance for 40k, and you can find the video about that on my channel as well. Honestly, I felt similar to this guy. I was devastated. It took me a while to recover mentally. Like after that, I actually started this channel. And even besides this guy and me, I met few more people that experienced similar things. Some lost more money, some lost less, but the same thing applies to all of us. Is all of us, we were like maximizing that we were going all in. We weren't respecting money. We weren't careful enough. And the biggest issue is that we were going all in. As you can see, this guy wrote that he had like 1 million on Binance, but didn't have $1,000 in his bank account. So it's similar principle to what I was applying. Me personally, I worked multiple jobs. I worked as a freelancer on Upwork mainly, and I realized like I saw the potential of blockchain industry, and I was like, okay, I want to invest as much money as possible in the shorter amount of time as possible. And like all the money that I wouldn't be investing, I would feel that I'm missing out on potential profits. And that's the wrong way. How you shouldn't look on the markets in this way, because like from the people that tell you this is maybe the last opportunity to take profits, there will always be opportunities in the markets. It's just important that you're patient and that you actually use them. The another thing that with which I resonate is like I didn't devote a lot of time to my girlfriend. I didn't devote enough time to my friends, to my family. I was pretty much like working 24/7, And let's say if I earn 5K per month, I was living from like 500 to $1,000, and I was putting everything else in crypto markets. And like all the money I was trying to save, to invest in order to have better future. But like time is something that you can't get back. And then at the moment when I got hacked, when I lost everything, I felt like that time that I lost was like the most precious thing. Like I I felt bad because I lost the money, but I felt like as I failed the people around me, and I felt that all the effort and everything was for nothing. I knew now that I have more skills and that I have more knowledge and these things, and that it will be easier to start, but I was pretty much starting from zero. And that's like the first lesson you should take. And this is, for example, the reason why I created this diagram. Like, whatever you make, you should take some profits along the way. Some people will disagree with it, but in my opinion, let's say if you invest $10,000 and you make like 20% profit, you always want to put at least 2000 or 20% into some kind of a savings, because if you end up in a situation that it even happens that you lose everything, it will be much easier for you because you won't start from zero. You will start from some percentage of money from which you already had, and this will simplify the process a lot. And I know that people often feel like, oh, I took 20% of my position out, but then the project went 5x. I missed on a lot of money, and this will always happen. But on this way, you will always have more money to reinvest as well, and you will have like you should also take some money to your bank account, because it often feels that people that are keeping everything in crypto, they don't look on money in crypto as real money. They look it on like chips to invest. And like when you're actually taking that money out, when you actually buy something, afford yourself a better lifestyle, you will feel much better as well, and you will learn to respect that money more. Me personally, I always respected money from some other perspective. Like I don't waste money on stupid luxurious things. I maybe spend some money here and there on traveling and like some memories that I will have, but I don't buy expensive clocks, phones, cars, nor anything like that. I leave clothes. As you can see, like all my videos are in similar shirts just because I don't care much about it. I care about improving mentally and physically, and I care about to make enough money that I can help dear people nearby me, and that's enough for me, to be honest. I never cared about showing off and things like that. So the first thing is you always want to take some money out. If you make, let's say, if you invest 10K and you at one point you're at like 100K, 20K, 30K out of that investment, keep that in your bank account, just because if something happens, like we never know. Obviously I believe in Bitcoin, otherwise I wouldn't have this channel, but you never know if we end up in some kind of a stagnation phase or markets crash for a longer period of time. So you should always have some dry powder, like whether if you want to reinvest, whether if you want to spend on other things, and it just gives you freedom in the longer run as well. Second thing is don't go all in. Like things won't run from you. There will always be opportunities. You don't need to rush or to force everything. Like patience in crypto and in the investment markets are the key, both when it comes to entering and exiting your positions. So keep that in mind. Like if you're impatient, you're way more likely to make mistakes, and it's much more difficult to predict what will happen in the next day or two, or even in next hour or two, in comparison to where like what will happen with Bitcoin in, let's say, 4 years. Obviously we expect the price to be much higher than it is currently, right? Third thing is respect the money. Always think like how hard you work to make it. And like I know that a lot of people are like, I'll throw $100 into this meme coin, I'll throw $100 into this pre-sale. In my opinion, like you should always do a research on where you're investing in. In the past, I haven't followed myself as well, and this is actually like the situations where you accumulatively lose a lot of money because you invest into some stupid things, maybe you don't even follow them as much as you should, and then you realize that eventually majority of these small investments about which you didn't cared end up being zero. While for example, if you just bought Bitcoin at like 20K, you have like a good potential to make at least 5x on it. So from that $100, you would make $500. And like if you do that in the two market cycles, that would be like from $100 to 2.5K. And imagine like even with bigger numbers how far that can go. Fourth thing for me is actually to only use spot market because on futures, like you can see this guy got liquidated with 3x leverage. So this just shows you that you can get liquidated even with smaller leverage. I can see that a lot of people use 10x, 20x, and that often means that you will be liquidated at like 5% or like 10% drawdown on your position. And in my opinion, like it's much better to do it on a spot market because you can always hold your position with some unrealized losses, or if you end up in a position that you urgently need money, you can realize these losses. Yeah, the upside is like obviously smaller since you won't be 5xing, 10xing your upside, but the upside is still high enough. You can see a lot of coins that goes 5, 10, even like 20x or even more, especially if you invest into them early. So me personally, I'm against leverage just because it increases stress in your life and it makes everything difficult and you need to monitor your positions all the time if you're trading on leverage. And for example, for this guy, since he had like 3x leverage on Pepe, right? That means that he had at least $300,000 to $400,000 on Binance. In my opinion, I don't want to hold that amount of money on centralized exchanges. Neither, like the biggest advantage of crypto is that you can have control of your own money and you want to use that. So I feel that this is something that I should address because I went through the similar thing. I met few days ago one guy that went through the similar thing as me as well, and I can see that this is very difficult to people. Majority of them like give up after this happens to them. In my opinion, you should always keep going because like you should learn from these experiences even if something bad happens, and like the potential of the industry is still here. You just need to utilize it in the right way. So that's it from me today. If you like the video, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching the video till the end. Stay strong and healthy. Bye.